Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Rhea Ripley is set to collide with Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship on the debut edition of WWE Raw on Netflix. Ahead of the show, Mommy cut a promo on social media. Interestingly, a new stipulation was recently added to the title bout. The encounter between the Eradicator and the Miracle Kid will now be a last woman standing match, scheduled for January 6, 2025. Recently, Netflix shared a video on X/Twitter promoting the ITR wrestling portal as a fan favorite. In the video, Rhea Ripley acknowledged the media company's current popularity with the crowd. However, the former Women's World Champion cautioned them that maintaining fan support would be challenging. The 28-year-old star asked ITR Wrestling to demonstrate their abilities when Raw premieres on Netflix in the first week of 2025. Fan favorite, huh? You've got the crowd now, but let me tell you something. Keeping them on your side, that's where it gets difficult. Live, January 6th, Raw is on Netflix. So let's see what you got, Ripley said. WWE veteran makes a bold prediction about Rhea Ripley's upcoming title match. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo shared his prediction about the Rhea Ripley vs. Liv Morgan Women's World Championship match on the first episode of WWE Raw on Netflix. Speaking on an episode of Sportskeeda's Writing with Russo podcast, the veteran advocated for the Judgment Day star to retain the championship in her match against the Eradicator. Vince Russo believed the women's world title would be more beneficial for Morgan's career development. I think you know, Rhea Ripley is super over with the people. She don't need the belt, you know. Liv does. Liv, that belt and that title really helps Liv. Rhea Ripley will remain over whether or not she wins the title. She doesn't need the title. They just need to protect her in this match. But I mean, they should keep the title on Liv, he said. It remains to be seen if Rhea Ripley will emerge victorious on the upcoming historic episode of WWE Raw on Netflix. As the spotlight in the WWE ring burned bright, Rhea Ripley stood tall, a fierce and dominating presence as she prepared for a new challenge, one that was far beyond her typical wrestling endeavors. With the premiere of WWE Raw on Netflix drawing nearer, Ripley had something important to say to her growing legion of fans and foes alike. Her message was clear, honest, and raw, reflecting the intensity of what awaited not just her, but all of WWE. She stood backstage, the echo of her every breath filling the empty space, a powerful reminder of the storm she was about to unleash. This wasn't just about stepping into the ring for another match or defending her title. This was about redefining what it meant to be a WWE superstar in the era of streaming dominance. The atmosphere was electric, buzzing with anticipation. The premiere of WWE Raw on Netflix was a game-changer, the start of a new chapter for WWE, and Rhea Ripley, as its reigning champion, was ready to lead. In an exclusive behind-the-scenes clip shared with fans ahead of the highly anticipated debut, Ripley's voice broke the silence, her words a testament to her strength, determination, and understanding of the battle ahead. She was standing in front of a camera crew, makeup half done, preparing for the chaos that awaited her once the cameras rolled. That's where it gets difficult, Ripley began, her voice steady, though the weight of her words carried a deeper meaning than any casual observer could understand. She paused, glancing over at the chaos unfolding in the distance. Wrestlers were preparing their promos, technicians were adjusting lights, and the hum of anticipation felt almost surreal. But Ripley wasn't distracted by the noise. Her eyes stayed focused, her mind sharp. When you've spent years proving yourself, there's this expectation. People think it gets easier, that after you've held a title for as long as I have, it's smooth sailing. But that's where it gets difficult. The pressure mounts, the challenges grow more intense, and the risks become greater. Because now, everyone is watching. And they're waiting for you to slip up. Waiting for you to make a mistake. Ripley was well aware of the stakes. WWE's presence on Netflix was a milestone for the industry. Millions of subscribers from all corners of the globe would have access to WWE programming like never before. The entire world was going to see what she was capable of. But the eyes of the world, while a testament to her power, were also a burden. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone had a critique. Ripley had long been no stranger to criticism, but this level of exposure was something new. And let me tell you, she continued, leaning forward slightly, her posture a mix of intensity and calm, it's not about what you've done in the past. It's about what you can do now, what you can do next. You've got to stay ahead. You can't afford to slow down. Because in WWE, the moment you stop moving forward, you're already falling behind. And that's where it gets difficult. Her eyes darkened for a moment, a reflection of the challenges she had faced, and would continue to face, in this ever-evolving landscape. The level of competition was at an all-time high. The talent pool was vast, with newcomers eager to prove themselves and veterans eager to hold onto their spot. For Ripley, every match was a statement. Every slam, every hold, every second of screen time mattered. Ripley knew the importance of her position. She had worked hard to be at the top, not only as a champion but as a force that WWE's entire universe couldn't ignore. But the expansion onto Netflix meant she was now part of something even bigger. Her role wasn't just to dominate in the ring, it was to show the world what WWE was capable of, and in doing so, inspire a new generation of fans. She wasn't just wrestling for herself anymore. She was wrestling for the future of the industry. She was the face of WWE's most ambitious project yet. The weight of that responsibility could be felt in her words as she reflected on her journey. People look at me and think I've got it all figured out, she said, her voice now softer, but no less resolute. They think because I'm the champion, because I'm here on Raw every week, that it's easy for me. But that's where they're wrong. It's never easy. It never gets easier. Because the moment you think it does, that's when you lose everything. Ripley's hand clenched into a fist, a visual reminder of the battles she had fought, both physically and mentally, to reach the pinnacle of her career. The days of doubt, the injuries, the losses, and the sacrifices had all shaped her into the formidable force she was today. But they hadn't made it any easier. In fact, they had only made her stronger. Now, with WWE Raw on Netflix, we've got the world's attention. We've got eyes from every corner of the globe, and that's something we can't take lightly, she continued, her voice growing more passionate with every word. But with that comes responsibility. It's not just about putting on a good show. It's about making history. And history isn't made by playing it safe. It's made by pushing the boundaries, by doing the things no one else has the guts to do. Ripley's words resonated with the weight of experience. She wasn't just talking about winning matches or holding titles, she was talking about legacy. About carving out a space for herself and for WWE in the history books. About being more than just a superstar, being a trailblazer. That's where it gets difficult, she repeated. Because when you're making history, there's no blueprint. There's no map. You have to carve your own path. And there's always someone out there waiting to take it from you. But that's what I thrive on. I'm not afraid of the challenge. In fact, I welcome it. Because that's where I'll prove I'm not just the best woman in WWE. I'm the best in WWE, period. As she finished, Ripley took a deep breath, her gaze now focused forward. She wasn't just hyping herself up for another night in the ring, she was preparing for the weight of history. The WWE Raw Netflix premiere wasn't just an event. It was a new chapter. And Rhea Ripley wasn't about to let anyone take the pen away from her. For Ripley, the battle wasn't just against her opponents, it was against the expectations of the world, the pressure to succeed, and the relentless drive to prove that she could handle it all. That's where it got difficult. But that's exactly where she thrived.